It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the former WNBA player, Mandi Carver. How are you doing today?
Good. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play professional basketball?
I think it just turned into kind of the logical next step. I wasn't ready to be done. After college, I had a great college career. It didn't end exactly how I wanted it to. I had a rough senior year in terms of the coaching change and not winning like we had won previously in my college career. And I wasn't ready to just be done. I still had a lot of basketball left in me, and was fortunate enough to, at that time, they had pre-draft camp for the WNBA. So I was selected to go to that, and they flew us to Chicago. They did all the tests. They did all of the, like you see with the NBA and NFL. They put us through workouts for 3 days and evaluated our abilities. And then I was signed as a free agent with the Detroit Shock. And now that team has kind of changed and into a couple of different teams. I think now they're actually the original team is now the Las Vegas Aces. That's how the organization, it kind of trickled from Detroit to Tulsa to San Antonio to Las Vegas. But really something that I don't know that I knew I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to continue to play basketball, and I wasn't done after college.
What was it like, obviously, putting on your college jersey and your playing career at Iowa State?
It was such a great experience. I think, again, I didn't understand. I was so young at the time that I didn't understand, like, was I going to be good? Was I going to have a good career? I just worked hard and was ultra competitive. And I mean, the first time I put that jersey on, I had no idea the places it would take me and how it would impact and change my life. And I think that's what's so special about athletics in general is the power that it has to bring people together, to, change your life, to put you in different places across the world is so special. And I'm so lucky that basketball has been able to change my life in that way, and very fortunate for it.
What was it like getting drafted to the WNBA to the Detroit Shock in 2005?
It was such a great experience. Again, I got to go to Detroit. They had, they put you up in an apartment, give you a car, and they have this beautiful training facility. I was in the best physical condition of my life. I had like these arms with muscles, and no one really recognized me. That wasn't kind of what I looked like as a player. And really fortunate to be surrounded by some of the best athletes in women's basketball. And I was able to play in 2 games, and I have enough pictures to make it look like I played 10 seasons. So that's kind of nice to have those memories.
What was it like putting on that Detroit Shock jersey?
It was so cool. Like, it was so surreal, and to actually, have that jersey, to have the opportunity to play in 2 games. Like I said, I have pictures of Cheryl Swoops guarding me, Rebecca Lobo guarding me, for the few minutes I was in. And so much fun, and such a surreal experience, and memories that I'll cherish forever.
Of course, even though it was only 2 games, what was it like playing against those players?
They are fast and physical and competitive. Like, I had never seen or been around that level of, like, someone is coming through you, someone is going to take your face off. Like, it was just a completely different level that I had not seen before. And it was so great to have that experience because it helped me throughout my career in Europe for the next 7 years understand that, you have to practice hard, you have to play hard every day, you have to show up every day, you have to, it's a job. So you have to treat it like a job, and you have to put time in, you have to study plays and watch film and take care of your body. And seeing, how those women had done that at such a high level definitely helped me, sustain my career throughout my 20s.
What were some of your fond memories of playing in the WNBA?
I think, having Cheryl Swoops guard me again, I think that she, at that time, was by far the best player in the world. And having her guard me was so surreal and such a great experience to have in those few moments that she did try to block my shot.
What was it like going from the WNBA to overseas?
That was a big change. I think, in Europe, their model of basketball and their facilities and how they do things completely different. They have a spray can that's ice. So if something hurts, you just spray on the ice. And that was such a big change because, in America, we're all about ice baths and, making sure that you sprain your ankle and you put ice on it right away. And they're like, here's a can, just spray it. And that was so strange. The culture of how they play, the style of play was a little bit faster, a little bit less physical, more finesse. And still, I played in some great places with great fans and, and the language barrier was tough, especially at first. That first year, I think it was really tough because I was in France and my French I thought was good. It was not good. And I had a lot of challenges that first year, just, kind of getting through all of that.
What were some of the teams that you faced that you played with overseas?
So I played in France, Greece, Switzerland, Bulgaria, Latvia, Portugal, and Spain. And then I played in the Arab World Championship tournament with a Lebanese team. And we were in Morocco for a couple weeks in July, and we ended up winning that. So I traveled a lot of places, almost completely through all of Europe. I've been to Russia and Israel, and again, great experiences playing in all those different areas, all those different styles of basketball, and loved every moment of it.
What was it like playing in France?
That was a little bit tough. It was my first year, and the French didn't feel like they needed to speak English. I needed to learn French, which I completely understand. And I think that really kind of opened my eyes. I took French lessons and I tried my best and I got a lot better. It was after 6 months, I just woke up one day and it all kind of clicked. It was kind of weird that way. And then I felt like I understood everything. I could speak. I had a horrible accent, but they at least could understand me. And it definitely helped me improve on the court because I had, learned the language. The French players trusted me a little bit better and appreciated my effort in doing so. But it was tough. I was lucky because I was in Calais, France, which is right across from England. So I could get to England where they spoke English pretty easily. And I took a lot of trips there.
Of course, how has your WNBA career helped you to your overseas career?
Again, I think it just showed me how hard I needed to work, how to sustain a competitive level, take care of my body, stay in shape, take basketball seriously, because there's so many people that want that opportunity and not everyone has the ability to play at the next level. And just to make sure that I did, take it seriously and appreciate it and was able to continue to play for a long time.
What were some of your favorite memories and moments playing overseas?
I think one of my favorite memories was going to Russia. It was very, very different, very beautiful. the culture and the food and just the sights. It was something that I was really excited to get to see and have that opportunity. And a lot of the top players in the world play in Russia, so getting the opportunity to play against some of them, that was a great experience. Also, winning championships at a couple different places. I won a championship in Switzerland, in France, in Latvia, and when I played with the Lebanese team in Morocco for the Arab World Championships. That was a great experience. I got to ride a camel and we won a championship. So really fun.
What was it like, obviously, winning that championship in France and Spain and Morocco?
It was what you work for, and really tough. The tournament in Morocco was 2 weeks. It was like 115 outside. There was no air conditioning in the gym. That was a little bit rough. Being in Latvia and winning a championship, really fun. Great. We had great fan support. We had great owners. Really made it an enjoyable experience. Winning in Switzerland, same thing. Really, great memories. And some of those teammates that I had during those times are still friends to this day. So I think it just shows you that basketball can create lasting friendships and memories.
Of course, what are some of the things that have changed now from your time playing in the WNBA and overseas to what it is now?
When I first started playing, the ball size was bigger. So they used the men's size basketball. So coming from college where we had the smaller sized basketball, and then at the professional level, the ball was the bigger size. And during my time, they changed to the smaller ball, but it did make my shot a little bit better and more consistent. And that was a benefit that helped me as a player.
What's it like now seeing the current WNBA players play versus back when you were playing in the WNBA?
I think, again, the game is faster. I feel bad watching the women, and the same thing happened when I was playing, but 95% of them have to go overseas at the end of the WNBA season to continue to play and to make money. And I would hope that, we're getting closer to changing that so that they can have their bodies feel better. I mean, they are playing basketball at a high level year round. And I think that the game could benefit by them just playing in their WNBA season and not having to go to Europe, because you see a lot of injuries. You see, that some of them are foregoing a year because they'd rather make money in Russia or in some other countries. And I think that it's just unfortunate that we don't have the setup where they can stay in America and just play in the WNBA season. I hope we're getting closer to that, where the salaries are increasing, but I would love to see that.
How has obviously your professional career helped you into where you are now as a college coach?
It's opened a lot of doors. It's made me, have the ability to be comfortable in a lot of different situations in different areas. I'm kind of fearless and adaptable because of my playing career, and that has translated into coaching. And I think that right now I could still hop in to practice if I needed to for like a short second, and that brings credibility, because the players will be like, okay, well, you're telling me to do this. I know you've done that, so I guess I'll do it. Especially when it comes to conditioning or running, they're like, oh, this is horrible, and I'm like, well, I've done it, so you can do it. I think that definitely has helped.
What advice would you give WNBA players that are retiring or getting close to retiring like you did, that are switching into obviously being in the corporate world or coaching world?
I think that you've got to give yourself a little bit of grace and time to adjust and to adapt, because again, it's such a change where, you kind of have spent this whole time, again, perfecting a skill, making sure that your body is well taken care of, and then having to go to an office and go, have more strict hours and deadlines and time crunches, and that's a whole different stress than having to score or rebound or defend, and something that you're not used to. And I think it takes a little bit of time to get used to that, but it's inevitable for most people. You have to, your body doesn't last forever. You can't play forever, unfortunately, and you have to have that next step, which hopefully for most people is something that they're passionate about.
What advice would you give future and current WNBA players playing now?
I think just enjoy every moment that you can. Enjoy the practices, enjoy the travel, enjoy your teammates. Just, have fun with it, because again, it goes so fast. It doesn't last forever. And, kind of take a minute and absorb all of it and make sure that you enjoy all of it.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
My Twitter is at Mandi B. Carver, and my Instagram is at Coach Mandi Carver.
Thank you again, Mandi Carver, for your interview, and best of luck in your future, wherever it may hold you in your coaching career after playing.
Thank you.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Mandi Carver, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.